An act of defiance in the wake of last week's deadly terror attack in Paris. Today, Charlie Hebdo, the satire magazine targeted in that attack, published its new issue showing Mohammed holding a sign that says, "Je suis Charlie." We are Charlie. I am Charlie. Below the French words, "For all is forgiven." That as Al-Qaeda takes responsibility for the plot that left 12 dead. But reaction to the magazine has been overwhelming, with it selling out in Paris and prompting a hunt here in the U.S. for copies. One of the only issues found on this continent is at the Newseum, and that's where Caroline Tucker is live tonight. Caroline?
Allison, you know, we're standing right under the words of the First Amendment here at the Newseum, and right on display here in color is that edition, that first edition of Charlie Hebdo, which states that, you know, I am Charlie, and this is the first edition since that terrible attack in France last week. You can get your international news fix at the Newsroom on Connecticut Ave in Northwest.
Yesterday I called almost 200 calls.
200 calls looking for one hard-to-find newspaper.
Do you have the magazine Charlie Hebdo today?
Charlie Hebdo's first issue since last week's deadly attack hit newsstands today, but not in D.C. Tom Shelton used to live in France.
And I'm also interested in supporting the idea of free speech.
And News World down the street, no luck either. The Charlie Hebdo Weekly prints 60,000 copies normally, but this time 3 million copies were printed, which still isn't enough. Lucas LeBlanc is a Franco-American who wanted to spend his money to show support.
It's important that we show this type of solidarity. You know, it doesn't mean we necessarily agree with the drawings. It just means that, you know, we believe that we should be able to buy or write what we want to express.
Turn down Pennsylvania Ave, you can't buy it, but the cover's on full display outside the Newseum.
I'm disappointed that more of the American newspapers didn't publish that in their paper.
Some Muslims around the world are upset the new cover depicts the Prophet Muhammad holding a sign saying, "I am Charlie," under the headline, "All is forgiven."
I think it should be printed. Yeah, I wouldn't buy it, I wouldn't read it, but absolutely.
Catherine English teaches in Paris. For her, the cover is emotional.
For me, I haven't forgiven yet. It's too early. But for them, they're always a step ahead.
Back here live at the museum, and this is the cover. Once again, millions more of these are being printed after the first run sold out in just hours in France. Now, there is some fear that there could be further attacks because of this cover, but the people I spoke with here today say every newspaper around the world should be printing this. Allison, back to you.
Hey, Caroline, thank you very much.